Hello, feminine. I can't tell you how many times during this whole separation, and most especially recently, that I have wrote to you time and time again, only to find everything I write either deleted or added to my file of texts I never sent. Something I started long ago when we were together. Always triple thinking what I'd say, worried that things might come out the wrong way, worried that if I shared my true feelings with you, whether the good and the beautiful or the icky bullshit, you would not accept me. Or that somehow, because you pay as much attention to what I do not say as what I do, that I will have missed the one thing you wanted me to say most to you. And most recently, dear feminine, I know I have been a shitty masculine, both to you and our children, and especially to myself, all of which I know are crimes in the mind of someone with such a beautiful heart as you. And I don't know what to do. I observe in my mind this battle between just fucking say something, just start. She's always told you little steps are still steps. And hasn't she shown you over all the many years that she, unlike anyone else, appreciates every little effort? Even the ones that even I don't count for myself. And that battles against the ego in me, saying, no, it's too late. It's too late to say anything. The time has passed. You have been a coward. You have been a procrastinator, and you've made too many mistakes. Just keep the dagger in the heart and let it go. And let her go. And let it all go. Though you drive me nuts sometimes, or rather, I know I drive myself nuts, because even with those two parts of me warring at each other, there is another part that says, it's never too late. It's always right to speak up, to make amends, to atone. And it's okay to take your time. Because this woman, this feminine, is not like the others. She is your home. And she alone knows what a struggle it can be for you. And though, yes, she knows that she deserves much faster responses and better treatment, that she believes in you and knows that you will do it when it's right for you. And sometimes I hate when that third voice comes in, because then I don't even know how to explain it, dear feminine. Then I feel so grateful and yet also so afraid to be loved by someone like you, who loves fiercely. And not just me, I admit, most especially when the separation started, I thought all you were doing was some sort of trick. Like you were just trying to lure me back in. Like maybe you had said mean things and they weren't true, and then maybe you were just going to hurt me too. I was confused. And then I saw all these other things happening with you and your friends, with you choosing to be single and work on yourself and being a wonderful mother. And then we fought, and you started standing up for yourself. And then things happened with your family, and I saw you standing courageously for others, speaking truth, afraid or not. Sword at your side, not drawn, not ready to cut, but available and ready to use should anyone try to test you. I've seen you do so many things I have been far too scared to ever do in my life. And I've seen you stand with a faith I never thought I would ever see anyone stand with, not just for me. You see, I thought it was just for me, and now I feel like a selfish jerk to have thought that the worst about you, to have been so vain, to have thought that everything was about me, to have not checked in with you to see how you were doing, to have been more helpful, to have stopped assuming. And now I see you. I see so much more of you than I ever did. Being there for our kids in the ways that I wish someone had been there for me. Being there for your family in the ways that I wish I was for them, for mine. For navigating landmines and battlefields and owning the mistakes you make. You are the least fake person I have ever met. You're not fake at all, in fact. And I realized recently the only reason you ever appeared to me to be that way was because of how fake I have been. I do not feel like a deserving masculine of such a divine feminine, though I cannot deny that my heart cries for you. I cannot deny Spirit filling my head with songs that remind me of you, and even most often when I'm trying to go to sleep. And everything around me, the karmics and friends and others do, keeps reminding me of you, and sometimes it even makes me mad. I've never known someone ever who I could not stop thinking about, especially in good ways. And I found myself more often than not, especially lately, being faced with old thoughts of thinking of you in the worst ways, and a new voice coming in saying, you stop that. She has been so good to you, and you are seeing proof that that is the way she loves, and is not a trick she puts on just for you. That is who she is. She is your feminine, and that is why you love her. And even without putting on a show for you, she has shown you who she really is. And that the love she is showing you is not some trick made up just for you. It has simply been that you have been the star of the show, that she has put her heartstrings into you for a very long time, trying to help you heal, trying to help you be real, trying to help you find yourself again, the masculine she fell in love with, is still in love with. And that when the thoughts come in, when I find myself trying to do what I've been doing this whole time, reminding myself not to give in, not to go back to you because of how much it hurt when you showed me how awful I was being to you, and how easy it could be to be kind, and to be right. I've been defeating myself, trying to keep myself in such a low vibration that I required us to stay out of step and out of time. And when that comes up now, it's funny, I feel like it's your voice, but it's not. It's it's mine. Telling myself that it's not too hard, and that if I'm seeing that it feels like I'm not deserving of you, that my job is not to give up and to run away and tell myself you deserve better and will eventually find someone else, but that not my job, but my desire, my treasure hunt is to become the masculine you deserve. The masculine you tell me you see that I am. And to do anything and everything it takes to stand up and be your man. Dear feminine, just seeing you be yourself, seeing you defend others, seeing you glow up and hold your own, not need validation from others, not be a victim to many really crappy circumstances in your life that I would take and victimize myself with. You've shown me a new way to live, and it's inspiring. And for once, I choose to give in to the inspiration rather than the fear. Though I admit the fear is still very great, and I am even more aware of how many mistakes I have made and not yet made up for. Though I want to tell you that I'm starting to correct them, starting to become the masculine that you've told me I am, that I've wanted for so long to believe is true. I'm taking the steps, little by little. I just hope that by the time I feel even half good enough to approach you, to tell you, to send you some of the notes and texts I've never sent, that you will not have given up. That you will still have the faith in me that you've had this whole time, while I have been so faithless and faceless, wearing many masks, all of which you've seen through, which I admit sometimes angered me because it felt like there was nothing I could do to hide myself from you. And whenever you look at me or even just text me, I feel completely naked and vulnerable around you. Though you know, in proving to me that I cannot trick you and I cannot deceive you, and that you see me as good no matter what else I do, you have changed me, feminine, in ways I cannot fully describe, that I know no one else could have ever done. And for that, how could I not love you? It feels like I've loved you for many lifetimes before, and that I will forevermore after this. Forever and always. I'm on my way, dear feminine. Somehow, some way, I will find you, and I will prove to you that I